Hello, this is Wolfbane. Welcome back to part 2 of getting etching up to 800. Let me tell you, it has been a very expensive roll for me because I did not go out and dig up all them scarabs. I did a few times, but yeah, I just went to auction house. And man, a few times I had to go out and get them scarabs. It was a pain in the ass. But let's get started. Last time we left off, we were at 500. And go back to that real quick. Alright, here's the Artisan etching test. Now to do this, we got to do the scarab powder. And you see where it says crit in etching? Whenever you crit, when you're doing the scarabs, when you're making the powder, that counts towards a crit. Now that number, I think it just has to do, like 40 doesn't mean you have to crit 40 times. I'm pretty sure that all you had to do was like you crit and you made 3, it counts as 3. So it's 3 that goes to 40. So I've got to do that. But let's buy all this Artisan refining kits. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to get pretty expensive. So they're only a gold a piece. That's a good thing. Alright, go back to crafting. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and start this now. Now, what I want you to pay attention to is right where it says etching basic skill 500 out of 500. It says test progress. It says a percentage at the top there. It's at 1%. Now it's at 2%. Alright, I want you to pay attention to those. Now when you're doing these, whichever scarabs you do, it doesn't matter which one you start with, but I want you to keep an eye on that. Now when that stops going up, you can stop doing the powder for that. You don't got to go back and check to see how many you did. Because that crit, don't forget that crit, like say you make 3, it's 3 for the crit, but it also goes 3 towards the powder you're making. So let's hope we get some crits here. We're at 13%, 14, 16. Guess it made a double there. And see, I don't know what that counted as a crit, probably. I just know when I finish this, I'll have it all done. So we're at 20%. Now, if everything goes right, it should get about 33, 34% if I remember right. Okay, we got 24%. Sorry, this is a little boring. I could have sped this up, but make sure you're paying attention to the test progression. Okay, so that was a crit right there. So how many ever powder I made in that crit went towards the crit. Now notice I'm doing it 30. It's not moving anymore. Okay, and then I realized it stops and I switch. So we're going to go to the straw scarabs. Now there is none of these in the auction house last time I checked, and when I did find a few of them, they're selling for like 70 gold each. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, we're at 34% and it's going up. So it stopped at 30 the first time. And I'm going to tell you, I have not found a really good spot to farm these. Pretty much lower levels been my best bet. Pretty much anything in like the level 30 to 40 bracket where I found it to be the best place to farm. But I don't have no particular place because it's RNG and they're random. But while I'm doing this, I could talk about my gear score. So what I'm doing is I've had such bad luck with the which is the process, all the failures when you're trying to upgrade the gear, and it costs so much beater stock or rank 10 that I decided I'm going to wait until I can do it 100 times, because you're not going to fail 100 times. So when I can do it 100 times, it's fine. And I did find a way to get your gear from 12 to 15, but that process is so expensive, so ridiculous, it's mind-blowing, and you actually have to go to a certain place to do it. So I'll show that in the future when I can actually get all my gear up to 12. I'm not really doing the 410 areas. I've done one of them, but that's it. I really don't want to touch them right now, not at 414. Alright, start the next row because, of course, the paused there, and when I was making them, the numbers didn't go up no more. Alright, there's a crit right there. So you're getting your crits, and you're actually getting the powder go towards your crits. And again, however many it crits, how many it is. Now, I don't know if it's set on 3, where it crits when you get 3 or not. Well, back to the gear score thing. I'm definitely gonna be moving that up to 12, but I want to make sure, because it's so frustrating. I'd rather have all my misery in one basket than just every day get slapped like 2 times. I'd rather just get an ass whooping in one day. So once I get 100, I'm able to refine the weapon 100 times. I don't have to worry about it failing 10 times in a row and wanting to stick my head through the wall. Which is, some of y'all don't know, that's 480 feeder. So I want to get about 5,000 feeder stock, which I am working on. Well, here we go. We're at 97, 98. We're almost there. Oh, there we go. And we got a crit out the end of it. Now, if you get it where it stops on all of them, pretty much just keep making it. Probably just needs to crit a few times. I did get a special choker for a neck piece. Look at that right here. Pretty much all it does is increases your profession and all gathering skills by 20. I think I actually have one that does it by 40. But if you're out there digging, which I don't think it really takes that long to mine or anything, then you got that. So we're at Artisan now. We unlocked this, so we're gonna have to get the scrolls for all this. I do have a lot of materials to get from 650 to 800, but the problem is you got to get to 650. So don't kill the messenger, but you are going to have to get a lot more scarabs. So let's go ahead and look what we got, what we can unlock. The ones at the bottom of green, as you see, they're all pretty much 650. I'm just going to tell you now. So when you get 650, you'll be able to do those. Not too pricey. So let's go ahead and look at the etchings. Etchings, they're pretty much, it's really self-explanatory. Like, once you get the etchings made, you got your weapon, you got your armor, and at this level, from 500 to 650, you can only do your chest piece, and you can do your weapon. That's it. Alright. Once you hit 650, then you can start doing the etchings for the gloves and boots. Alright. So we got all the recipes. The rest of this stuff we're not going to be able to do until a later date. It's pretty a little costly for the recipes, but it's nothing that, you know, one quest can't handle. Alright. Go ahead and do these. And then I'm going to show you the nightmare involved in all this. And this did cost me a pretty penny. I have probably spent about 10,000 trying to level this up to 800, I'm sorry. And yes, I have gotten it up to 800 already. And I'm working on the masters now. Alright, let's go crafting. Now, at this point, basics, you're not going to get no experience for it. So anything you do in basics, like if you're making the powder or something, you're not going to be able to get any points of progression in leveling it up over 500. However, you do need the scare powder, and I will show you that shortly. All the rest of the stuff, gloves and all that stuff, I wouldn't even worry about it right now. So let's just go to Artisan. Now, there's weapons and chests I say you can do. The weapons give you +3 skill. Let's go down to the armor in a minute here. As you see, they're all like all the etchings, by the way, only last 3 days. Just giving you a heads up on that. Now the armor, this is +3 skill too. Now the difference in both of these is that this actually, the armor takes less. So once you make a weapon one for your weapon that you want, just for now, just for shit and giggles, the one for your armor is the ones you're going to want to make, because they are going to take a lot less resources and be quicker. The rest of the stuff, like you see, footwear, you need a 650 before you can unlock the recipes. So that's not going to do you much good. That's pretty much it. Refinement, like I got a lot of these essence of mana. but I can't do that until 650. So basically, you're stuck with the scarabs again. Go out and farm them, make powder, and get it up to 650. Then it gets a lot easier. But the next video, part 3, I'll go ahead and show you the process I did from going to 500 and 800, and then getting to the point what you need to unlock the masteries. So appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in part 3 shortly. Thanks.